Hey there, GamerDad here. This is one of my student labs they're working on, and you guys all like the tech stuff, but I'm going to do some really 101 stuff, some intro stuff that you may or may not know. So these are all computers, and this is a server connected to a router, and this is another router, which you would have at home. You have a router at home connected to a switch and to another network. These are two separate networks. Interesting thing with your home router, they basically combine a router with a switch. What are those two things? Well, a router cares about routing. It cares about IP addresses and where things are on the internet. Switch is kind of a pass-through device that cares about devices. But let's go over here, and then this one I can actually go to desktop, and I can go to the command prompt. I'm going to show you a couple of things with the command prompt. So first off, what I can do is probably one of the best commands you can learn if you're trying to figure out what's going on at home, is you type IPCONFIG, and you hit enter. Now, you'll see it will give you a bunch of information. On yours, there's going to be a whole bunch of more information. But basically here you get the link local, the address for IPv6 and IPv4. IPv4 is the old IP system, which we still use always, usually, internally. And on the internet, other things are going on, but we'll talk about that. And you'll see it has an individual IP address, 192.168.5.20. You can do this at home and see what your network is. It will also give you a subnet mask with 255.255.255.0. Now, this is kind of cool, but if you really want to know, that's just telling you what class the network it is. In IPv4, the three main classes are A, B, and C. And it'll be like millions of addresses, a lot of addresses, or some addresses on this one. And then more importantly, it's going to tell you the 192.168.5.1 is your default gateway. Now, if you ever want to access your home router via a web page, put that IP address into a web page. It will go to it, and you'll probably get your router software if you're not running like an app or something like that. And then down here, it's got some IPv6. So now what we can do to check connectivity, if you're having a problem, we're going to use a command called ping. And I'm going to ping that default gateway right there, 192.168.5.1. And I'll hit enter. It sends some ICMP packets, little packets go, yo, are you there? And it goes, yep, I'm here. So if you're ever having trouble and you're trying to find out what's going on, this is a very, very simple thing to do. Now, the other thing you can do if you want to have some fun at home is go to command prompt, over your command prompt, fire that up. This is one at home here. And I'm going to do something cool. I'm going to ping google.com, ping google.com. And you'll see that it sends out a packet out onto the internet. It goes, yo, Google, are you there? And remember, web addresses are what we speak, computers speak IP addresses. And it says that Google is at 172.217.16.14, which is a Class B address. So if you take that IP address that you find, because it'll be different for all of us, because it'll be a local Google server, wherever your region happens to be, if you take that number, like my example, 172.217.165.14, and you put that into a web address and hit enter, it will take you to google.com. This is called DNS, which I can do some more videos on if you want. That's domain naming services. And what it's doing is taking the IP addresses that the computers are using and the Google names we're using and putting them together, because everything is stored on a server somewhere. But again, we speak words, computers speak numbers. So you can actually do things like run traceroute and some other cool commands and everything like that. But that's pretty much a very basic layout of how the internet works. You need an IP address on a device on a local network. You need a default gateway to get out and talk to the world. That would be your home router, which gets you to your ISP, which gets you to cool web pages like my Twitch channel. If you already know this stuff, that's great. But if you've never been exposed to it, you don't know what you don't know. Let me know if you want me to do some more stuff. See ya.